Hello, everyone. Today, we will practice reading and listening skills with a story. First, you will watch and listen to the story. After that, you will answer the questions related to the story. Try to find the correct answer and read it out loud. Are you ready? Let's go. This was Daisy. She was a beautiful girl with long brown hair and round blue eyes. Daisy just moved to live in the U.S. She was trying to find an apartment for rent. She found an apartment on the internet. The pictures of the apartment were nice and the price was reasonable. Daisy thought that this would be a perfect place for her. She called and discussed it with the landlord in advance. The day after, Daisy went to see the landlord and take a look at the apartment before deciding to rent it.
Hi, are you Daisy?
Yes, you are Ms. Luana?
That's me. Let me show you the apartment.
Luana opened the door to show Daisy the apartment. When they entered the apartment, Daisy was instantly surprised. The room was too old and dirty. Daisy looked around the apartment. She was extremely disappointed. This apartment is really different from the pictures you posted online.
Oh, they were taken 2 years ago. But don't worry, it will look like the pictures when it is cleaned and decorated.
Daisy sighed as she saw the cobwebs strewn across the wall, the dirty floor, and the broken window.
It's just a bit dirty. You can clean it and it will be just like new. In the U.S., you're very lucky to find an apartment at this price.
This was Daisy's first time coming to the U.S., so she believed what Luana said and agreed to rent the apartment. Daisy stood in the middle of the room and thought to herself, "Maybe this room is not that bad. It just needs a little cleaning. Or a lot of cleaning." She swept and wiped, then swept and wiped again. After a few hours, she sat down and looked around. She made some progress, but there was still so much to do. But it was quite late. Daisy decided that she would go to bed. "I need a rest. Tomorrow is going to be a busy day." Daisy was so tired that she laid down right on the couch. As soon as Daisy closed her eyes, she heard a loud argument from the apartment next to hers, and then a baby started crying in the apartment above hers. The dogs began to bark and howl in the neighborhood. Daisy was surrounded by noises and also the pressure of cleaning the apartment. She couldn't sleep a single minute and decided to leave the following morning. Daisy was dragging her suitcase down the street, tired and worried. Then, she suddenly saw a board hanging on a tree that said, "Room for rent." It was a lovely house with a yard full of flowers. A woman about 50 years old was watering flowers. She looked at Daisy, smiled, and said, "Are you looking for a place to rent?" "Yes. My house has 2 bedrooms. If you want, you can rent the other bedroom. Then we can share the bathroom, kitchen, and living room. Do you agree?" "Of course I agree. Thank you so much." Everything went smoothly for the first few days. The house was neat and clean. Sometimes, Julia even cooked breakfast for Daisy. Daisy was satisfied with this house. Until... "As a girl, you shouldn't come home so late. You should clean your room twice a week. You're wasting water. You're wasting electricity. Be quiet. You will wake the cats." Daisy's life was unbearable because Julia was so grumpy and strict. Daisy left immediately after seeing Julia sitting, talking to an empty chair. "Oh my, you look so young. Anyway, I'm glad you came." "Who are you talking to?" "This is my friend Nancy. I haven't seen her in a long time." Out of fear, Daisy wrote a letter and left some rent on the table for Julia. Then she dragged her suitcase out of the house. Daisy was standing on the street when she accidentally bumped into a girl. Daisy fell to the ground. The girl helped her stand up.
Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. How about you? I'm fine too. Are you looking for an apartment to rent? Yes. How do you know? Well, your luggage, and you look exhausted. Just guessing though. Oh, right. I've been looking for days, but no luck. Actually, I'm looking for someone to share my apartment with. By the way, I'm Stella. I'm Daisy. Nice to meet you. Can I take a look at your apartment? Sure. My apartment is nearby. Follow me.
Daisy was satisfied because this was a furnished apartment with 2 bedrooms, spacious and clean. Daisy agreed to share this apartment with Stella. Aside from the fact that Stella was messy, everything was fine. Daisy was grateful that she finally found an apartment that worked for her. But Stella threw a party every Saturday night and invited all her friends. Daisy tried to discuss this with Stella, but she completely ignored Daisy. Things took a turn for the worse when one Saturday night, Stella's friend got drunk and thought Daisy was his ex-girlfriend. He shouted at Daisy and said bad words. He even shoved Daisy to the floor. Everyone was drunk, so no one interceded or helped Daisy. She hid in her room and called the police. Everyone ended up at the police station. The next day, Stella blamed Daisy because she called the police. They had an argument, and again, Daisy decided that she needed to leave. Daisy was dragging her suitcase on the street. She happened to pass by Luana's old apartment. Well, maybe this place isn't too bad after all. Daisy's journey to find an apartment was not favorable at all, is it? Now, there will be some questions about her story. You need to read the questions and choose the correct answer. You can pause to think or watch the video again to get the correct answer. And remember to read your answer out loud to practice your speaking skills. Let's get started. Number 1. What does Daisy look like? A. She has blonde hair and green eyes. B. She has long brown hair and blue eyes. C. She has short black hair and brown eyes. The correct answer is B. She has long brown hair and blue eyes. How did she find her first rental apartment? A. She saw ads plastered on the wall. B. She happened to meet and talk to the landlord in the park. C. She found it on the internet. The correct answer is C. She found it on the internet. Number 3. What did the first apartment Daisy rented look like? A. It was clean and cute with a flower garden in front of the house. B. It was old, had lots of cobwebs, and the neighbors around were noisy. C. It was a furnished apartment with 2 bedrooms. The correct answer is B. It was old, had lots of cobwebs, and the neighbors around were noisy. Number 4. Why did Daisy decide to move out of the first apartment? A. Because it had no furniture. B. Because it had ghosts. C. Because it was too dirty and noisy. The correct answer is C. Because it was too dirty and noisy. Number 5. What kind of pet does Julia have? A. Dog. B. Rabbit. C. cat. The correct answer is C, cat. Number 6. What kind of person is Julia? A. She is difficult, likes to plant flowers, raise cats, and sometimes she talks to someone even though no one is there. B. She's funny, pleasant, and grows a lot of flowers in her garden. C. She loves to cook, raise cats, and enjoys parties on the weekends. The correct answer is A. She is difficult, likes to plant flowers, raise cats, and sometimes she talks to someone even though no one is there. Number 7. What did Julia complain to Daisy about? A. Daisy couldn't cook. B. Daisy didn't like flowers. C. Daisy came home late and wasted resources. The correct answer is C. Daisy came home late and wasted resources. Number 8. How did Stella know Daisy was looking for an apartment to rent? A. Because Stella saw Daisy exhaustedly dragging her suitcase along the street. B. Because Stella saw Daisy looking for an apartment to rent on Daisy's phone. C. Because Daisy told Stella. The correct answer is A. Because Stella saw Daisy exhaustedly dragging her suitcase along the street. Number 9. Why did Daisy decide not to share the apartment with Stella anymore? A. Because Stella was too messy and too noisy. B. Because Stella threw a party every Saturday night and one of her friends harassed Daisy. C. Because Stella was a mean girl and often complained about Daisy. The correct answer is B. Because Stella threw a party every Saturday night and one of her friends harassed Daisy. Number 10. What was Daisy's final decision? A. She came back and shared the apartment with Stella. B. She rented Luana's apartment temporarily until she found a better one. C. She kept dragging her suitcase on the street and hadn't made any decision yet. The correct answer is B. She rented Luana's apartment temporarily until she found a better one. And that was today's lesson. How do you feel after practicing your skills? How many questions did you get right? Comment your result down below. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.